The number 7 American Imperial Stout comes from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and not exactly the brewery you would think of when you think of Michigan. It's New Holland Brewing Company, not Founders or Bells. This is Dragon's Milk, which is a barrel-aged Imperial Stout with roasty malt character intermingling with deep vanilla notes, all dancing in an oak bath. And in looking at the background of this beer, I get a very, very Game of Thrones kind of feel to the beer. It actually comes from a legend in medieval times, as part of the reward for slaying the dragon was the milk of the dragon. It's an English term describing the best liquid in somebody's house. And we have cocoa, coffee, bourbon, and oak notes in this beer. And the goal is so that people can sit around and enjoy a glass of dragon's milk and tell tales from times before and share their stories. According to the website, it says, throughout the ages, the term dragon's milk has been used to describe potent ales and elixirs worthy of celebration, a reward at the end of the journey. We're proud to be stewards of that ancient tradition today, handcrafting each batch of dragon's milk bourbon barrel-aged stout in Holland, Michigan. The best liquid in our house is now yours. Comes into us at a whopping 11% ABV. Maybe not too whopping, considering that it's an American Imperial Stout. Bourbon barrel aged, it has 30 IBUs, and it's available year-round. And there are a number of recipes on the New Holland website for dragon's milk food, dragon's milk drinks, and desserts. You can make a dragon's milk white whiskey sour, also banana bread with dragon's milk and ribeye. That's a good combination to me. And also a dragon's milk barbecue sauce, among others. I think there's a total of 12 recipes using dragon's milk beer. I'd rather just drink it. This will be my first time reviewing dragon's milk stout. Okay, another beer that I had thought maybe I had reviewed, but apparently I didn't. Dragon's Milk, and you know what? I don't even know if I've ever had this beer. It's one of those things that always pops up on store shelves, and I always think, man, I really like American Imperial Stouts, but usually I maybe go toward, for example, an AleSmith Stout. I don't know why, but I just kind of do. So yeah, interesting to see. It's 11% ABV. As you can see, I love the Game of Thrones style label. I wonder if this beer predates Game of Thrones. Not that they would be copyright infringing on this. In my review, I noticed, or in the preamble here, the history of the beer, I said Grand Rapids, Michigan, but apparently it looks like Holland, Michigan. I don't know if that's close to Grand Rapids or what the deal is with there. Maybe the corporate office is in Grand Rapids. Who knows? So pouring it into this tall glass, I'm already getting a bourbon whiff from this far back of this beer. It's very, very bourbony. So of course aged in bourbon barrels. We see that jet black stout pour with an off-white head, khaki-ish, decent head retention here on the early going. Great lacing on the side. Just hits all cylinders as far as appearance go. Aroma-wise, let's see. Wafting bourbon, bourbon oak barrel, as I just hit my tooth on it. Yeah, just very, very sugary molasses kind of like, but just very heavy on the bourbon. I'm trying to see if I get any dark fruitish, maybe a little bit of dark fruit. Not really getting much coffee and chocolate in the aroma, but definitely boozy in the aroma. Definitely that sugary bourbon for sure. Taste-wise, lots going on here. So right off of the bat, there is a booziness. Definitely getting a bourbon taste and a bourbon finish. This tastes like bourbon beer. And now I'm getting it kind of mixed in with a little bit of a coffee chocolate flavor as well. The bourbon is overpowering the coffee chocolate flavor a bit, to the point where it's really at the forefront. I would say 75% bourbon taste, bourbon aftertaste as well. Burning sensation on the back of the throat. Really a good beer, though. I love that chocolate a little more amped up than it is, however. But good look, good aroma, good taste. I am going to go ahead and give bourbon, or Dragon's Milk, I should say, a 7.5 out of 10. Really good appearance, really good aroma. The bourbon a little bit too prevalent, I think, with everything. And I like that chocolate tone a little bit more amped up. I just think it's very booziness personified. And kind of want that sensation tone down a little bit and the chocolate up a little bit. Not that I want the ABV down, but I think they could have amped up those parts of it rather than making it really bourbon forward, which is what they did with this. But decent nonetheless. American Imperial Stout. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10 for Dragon's Milk.